Two NFL player props here on PrizePicks for Thursday Night Football, October 5th. Commanders versus the Bears here. Before I get started, check out the link in the description below. You guys hop into our premium Discord. $9.30 per month, 31 cents per day here. It's where I post all the plays I'm personally making on PrizePicks. We also have other premium cappers in there as well that post all of their plays, research, and analysis. $9.30 per month. That price is hopefully only going to get cheaper. It will never be more than $9.30 per month, you guys. So again, go ahead and check out the link in the description below. Again, been doing really well in the premium Discord. You guys can see here, I gave 3 Taco Tuesday pairs, and I cashed on all 3 of those. And I will share with you guys as well. Last night, I hit on a gallon pair as well. Actually, 2 gallon pairs. You can see here that I gave to the Discord server. Gallon plus Dave Romney. I gave this play. I believe that would have been on Tuesday night. That cashed, and then Gallon plus Turner and Soler cashed as well. So I've actually hit 5 of 5 straight taco pairs here. We got the 2 taco pairs that we had for the Commanders game heading into tonight as well. So again, check out the premium Discord, you guys. I'm not going to say any more about that. I also do need to mention I'm not a gambling expert, and this is not financial advice. These are simply plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight and analysis to make your own player prop decisions here. Again, no one is pressing submit on those parlays other than yourself. But let's get right into this, you guys. 2 free plays here. Commanders versus Bears. This game should be very interesting, right? We have a 6-point. The Commanders are 6-point home favorites here, 44.5 over under, and we just know how kind of sloppy and just weird these Thursday night football games, primetime games are. And obviously the Bears being 0-4, Commanders 2-2. This should be I'm not loving this game, right? Honestly, just not loving this game a ton. I just think there's a variety of different ways this game could kind of go left. Similarly, we saw that Giants, I believe, when Giants played Monday Night Football, Giants Seahawks, and that game was crazy, horrendous, just for player props, just in general. Like, obviously, if you took unders and things like that, but that game was disgusting to watch. I'm personally over watching the Giants on primetime. I think the Giants have like 2 more primetime games, by the way, but nonetheless, you guys, I got 2 plays here. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. So the first play is going to be a rushing yards combo, and I do like Justin Fields plus Brian Robinson over 113.5. Now this is at 112. While I was making the first video, it jumped to 113, so I kind of restarted to make this at 113.5. I do still like it. 1 yard bump up, obviously, because there is value in it at 112, but only a 1 yard bump up. I will still take the over on this. So Justin Fields, right? We take a look at a few things. Again, this is Outlier, you guys. My opinion, one of the best research tools in all of sports betting. You can click on the link. There's a link in the description below this video to sign up for Outlier. You get a 7-day free trial. And to me, their mobile app is absolutely 10 out of 10. Perfect. So, but taking a look here, Justin Fields, over 7.5 rushing attempts, right? He's minus 154 on Caesars, minus 150 on BetMGM to go over 7.5 rushing attempts. Okay? We look at Justin Fields. Also, his rushing yards is set at 46.5. He's over minus 130 on DraftKings, minus 129 on Caesars to go over 46.5 rushing yards. So both of his rushing attempts and yards props have juice on the over, right? We look at Justin Fields, right? We're talking about one player each. So Justin Fields first. So Justin Fields, he's gone over 40 rushing yards twice this season. 47 against Kansas City, 59 against Green Bay. This game against Tampa Bay, super weird game. I think the Bears play calling in that game was ridiculous. And then this Denver game, they were up a ton at halftime. He still had 4 rushing attempts for 25 yards. But Justin Fields, if we take a look at last season, guys, let's go back to last season. Justin Fields, he hasn't been getting the design runs that we were expecting the Bears to give him, right? The play calling for the Bears, I really think, is super suspect. And if you guys didn't know, I'm a Bears fan. Like, I'm just going to give that full transparency. I grew up a Bears fan. Not from Chicago, but growing up where I'm from, there's no pro football team for the majority of my upbringing. So I'm a Bears fan. So I obviously watch these games. I watch these games if I can, if they're on TV, whatever it may be. But Justin Fields, the play calling has been ridiculous. He's had like maybe 1 or 2 design runs, maybe 3 design runs per game, which last season I think he was averaging like 6 or 7 design runs per game. That's not including like his scrambling ability right in the pocket, getting, it's a pass play. The rush defense, puts pressure and he has to scramble out of the pocket. That's a rushing attempt as well. But he cleared 40 rushing yards in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 games last season. Right, 12 games last season. He had 3 games where he had 130 plus rushing yards. Debatably, besides Lamar Jackson, I think Justin Fields is the second most talented rushing quarterback in the NFL. All right, that's just my opinion. But it is a strong matchup here against the Commanders. Right, this season the Commanders allowing the sixth most rushing attempts to the quarterback position, the 3rd most rushing yards to the quarterback position, and the 4th most overall yards per carry to the quarterback position. We look at quarterbacks this season versus the Commanders. Russell Wilson had 56 on 6 attempts. Josh Allen had 3 attempts for 46 yards, and Jalen Hurts had 9 attempts for 34 yards, right? So Justin Fields kind of fits the bill. I would say I'd rank him a little bit higher than Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts as far as his rushing ability and just being elusive. So if Justin Fields can get us 40 plus rushing yards in this one, which I definitely think he can. I believe last season he faced the Commanders actually at home, and in that game against Washington, he had 12 attempts for 88 rushing yards against the Commanders last season. And just, I mean, look at this, guys. Last season, the Bears need to get Justin Fields out of the pocket and into playmaking options, whatever it may be. But they need to utilize Justin Fields and his athletic ability. Hopefully they can get to that tonight, right? So for Brian Robinson, right? Brian Robinson is also a great spot. We look at Outlier as well. Look at his over 15.5 rushing attempts. Now on PrizePicks, this is bumped up to 16.5, but he's minus 179 on Caesars to go over 15.5 rushing attempts. So let's just say conservatively, he gets 16 rushing attempts tonight. He's also minus 131 and minus 130 over on the Sportsbooks, DraftKings, and Caesars to go over 64.5 rushing yards. Okay, Brian Robinson hasn't had the greatest, I would say, yards per carry start to his season. But he is getting those attempts. He is getting the volume. 19, 18, 14, and 10. And obviously these are games when they're playing from behind. But at 18 rushing attempts for 87 yards here against the Denver Broncos. Going back to last season as well. Against the Chicago Bears, he finished with 17 attempts for 60 yards. And has had pretty good games, right? But he is just getting the volume, you guys. The volume is there here for Brian Robinson. You can see running backs game log this season versus the Bears. Rashad White, 73. Jaleel McLaughlin had 17 rushing yards on 7 attempts. Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire all cleared 50 plus. So, Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire both had 50 plus. Aaron Jones had 41 yards through only 9 attempts. So the yards per carry, the Bears have been getting cooked overall by running backs. We take a look at running backs this season versus the Bears. All right, they haven't been getting a ton of, real work on the ground here. Where are the Bears? Right here. 22nd, 384 yards total yards to the running back position. But I do think the positive game script here for Brian Robinson to get those attempts. Obviously, his 15.5 rushing attempts is minus 171. If Brian Robinson can get his 16, 17 rushing attempts, I think Brian Robinson can get us 70 yards, even maybe 75 yards. But if we just take a look at this, their rush yards prop, right? So Justin Fields is at 48.5, and Brian Robinson is at 66.5. Right, so I mean, a lot of people in general, I feel like, are on the over on each one of these props. So 65.5. Let's just do 67 plus 49. Right, that's 116. 116 combined. We get the combo prop here at 113.5. So a 2-point discrepancy on the combo prop. That's usually how PrizePicks does it. But just given the odds for both these guys on their rushing stats, Justin Fields over 7.5 rushing attempts minus 154, and then Brian Robinson here, over 15.5 rushing attempts, minus 179. It's absolutely crazy. I like the combo prop here. I think it's a great matchup for both of them. I like the combo prop rush yards. The second play is going to be the NFL first half prop. It's going to be fantasy score. It's going to be Sam Howell over 7 first half fantasy score here. Now, Sam Howell, dating back to last season, he hit this in 4 of his last 5. He's hit this in 3 of 4 games this season. His one miss coming versus the Buffalo Bills. Obviously, tough matchup for him there. But 3 of 4 games this season, he's hit the over on this, and it's a cupcake matchup for Sam Howell. Just an absolute elite matchup for Sam Howell. He's actually cleared 20 fantasy points in 3 games this season. Obviously, that game against Buffalo had a tough time. He threw 4 interceptions in that one, but I don't think that's going to happen here. So Sam Howell, look at the quarterback's game log this season versus the Bears. We've had 3 different quarterbacks smash 22-plus fantasy points against the Bears. Baker Mayfield still had 18.4 as well. So, I mean, obviously we can't look at first half fantasy score lines. There's really no way to, I don't know why StatMuse doesn't have that option yet. But we look at 3 quarterbacks clear 22 fantasy points versus the Bears, right? Half of 7 times 2 is 14. So Sam Howell, we take a look at his full game fantasy score total, right? First half is 7. Full game here is at 17 flat. So we definitely get that discrepancy taking the first half play here. All we need is 7. I feel like if his full game is at 17 and his first half is at 7, definitely pivoting to take the first half here. But we look at the Commanders, right? They have a 67% pass rate, which is the 4th highest in the NFL, right? They're only behind the Giants, Vikings, and Bengals. And the Giants are obviously so high because they play from behind so much. But the 4th highest pass rate in the NFL, which helps me make this decision here and taking the first half, which hopefully, if there is a game script, and the Commanders being 6-point favorites in this one, the first half we could see the Commanders definitely looking to throw the ball. I think they will mix up the pass and the rush, which obviously correlates to the Brian Robinson rush yards combo. But Sam Howell at 7, it just seems a little bit too low here. It's not that much that he needs to complete, or I mean, he doesn't need to do that much here to hit a 7 fantasy score line. We look at NFL defense versus position, right? The Bears, 4th most fantasy points to the quarterback position. They're giving up 25.3 fantasy points per game to the quarterback position. Right here, just top getting cooked, right? Their defense getting cooked. 2nd most total pass TDs to the quarterback position. Yards per attempt here, 2nd most yards per attempt overall. They're giving up a decent amount of rush yards as well. I mean, 69 total rush yards to the quarterback position. And we look at just that Bears secondary, right? Eddie Jackson has been ruled out. Jalen Johnson's been ruled out. Jaquan Brisker is currently questionable. They've just lost a ton of different guys, you guys, on defense. Take a look at this as well. Jaquan Brisker questionable. Eddie Jackson. I mean, these are 3 starters in that secondary that are going to be potentially out tonight. I just think it should give Sam Howell a ton of opportunity here to clear this line in the first half, especially playing at home. He's been playing well this season. I like Sam Howell a lot. And if we just do let's just do fantasy score calculator. Let's just do this calculator real quick. Let's just do actually NFL. I don't know why. Sorry, this video is dragging on. But let's just do this fantasy score calculator, you guys, just to kind of break down. So he needs 7.1, right? Let's just say Sam Howell, 100 pass yards and a touchdown. This should give it to us easily. Yeah, he gets 8. Right, 100 pass yards and a touchdown gives us 8. Let's just say he does. Let's just say he throws for 140, right? 140, and let's say 14 rushing yards. That'll give us 7 right there. So there's just a variety of ways for Sam Howell to clear this line. Cupcake defense. I like this play here. 2 plays here for this YouTube video: Justin Fields, Brian Robinson combo rush yards. Sam Howell over first half fantasy score. Let me know in the comments below. You guys check out all the links in the description below as well. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.